Welcome to the kidsministry.blog podcast. Every episode, we share ideas, tips, and resources to help your children's ministry thrive.
So today, we're doing a deep dive into this really fascinating and honestly hilarious blog post I found.
Oh, is this the one from kidsministry.blog about the Bible stories?
That's the one. It's called Building Character Through Bible Stories, but it reads more like a post-mortem on what happens when abstract lessons meet very literal kids.
It really is. It's a perfect case study in that, that gap between adult intention and child interpretation.
And the source material highlights these three kids, Marcus, Emma, and Jacob, and how these lessons just backfired spectacularly.
Completely. It's a masterclass in unintended consequences.
So let's jump right into the first one, which is just fear. The teacher used the story of Ananias and Sapphira to teach honesty.
Right. And for anyone who needs a refresher, that's the one where they lie about a donation.
And then immediately drop dead.
Instantly. So the adult lesson is, honesty is a core virtue. The kids' lesson.
Lying causes instant death.
Exactly. The teacher wrote that the room just went silent with, pure existential dread. Not quite the character-building moment they were hoping for.
So then they had to walk it back and say, okay, lying won't actually kill you.
But see, that just opens up a whole different can of worms. Because the next story they tackle is Jacob and Esau.
Right, where Jacob lies to his own father to steal his brother's blessing.
And it works. He gets away with it. So the kids, now knowing that lying isn't fatal, just asked. So it's a good plan then.
I mean, from their perspective, he's right.
He is. And the teacher struggled to explain the whole short-term gain, long-term complication thing. For a kid, if it works, it works.
This whole issue of context seems to be the real problem, which brings us to David and Goliath.
The Marcus incident.
Yeah, so Marcus gets in trouble for fighting a bully at recess.
And his defense, which is kind of airtight from his point of view, is, I was just being brave like David.
He's just applying the lesson.
To him, a bully is a giant. A playground is a battlefield. What's the difference? And the poor teacher is stuck trying to explain rules of engagement to a 7-year-old.
And it gets even messier when they get into the logic and the loophole.
Forgiveness math. This card is my favorite.
The lesson on forgiving, 70 times 7.
And Emma, who is clearly going to be a lawyer, immediately does the math. 490.
And then she asks,
so if they're mean to me 491 times, can I stop being friends with them? She's looking for the escape clause in the contract.
It's just perfect kid logic. And it derailed another lesson too, right? The Oreo incident.
The Oreo incident, yes. The teacher's talking about the feeding of the 5,000, generosity, sharing, all that good stuff.
And Emma cuts in with a story about how she shared her Oreos once and the other kid just threw them away.
And poof. The lesson is gone. It just completely devolved into this heated classroom debate about whether Oreos are actually the good cookie or not.
The abstract ideal just couldn't compete with the concrete injustice of wasted Oreos.
Not a chance.
But the post wasn't all failures. There were some moments where the kids' literalism actually helped.
Surprisingly, yes. With the story of Joseph forgiving his brothers. The ones who sold him into slavery.
That's a pretty advanced topic.
It is. But the teacher introduced the idea of boundaries, and Emma immediately got it. She said, so I can forgive my brother, but I can still lock my door.
That's actually really profound. She separated the emotion from the action.
It's huge insight. And they had a similar breakthrough with Queen Esther and bravery.
Right. They figured out that being brave doesn't mean you're not afraid.
It means you're absolutely terrified, like Esther was walking in to see the king, but you do the right thing anyway. That lesson actually landed.
Though I think they drew the line at Job's patience.
Well, yeah, that's just practical. Jacob asked if he needed job-level patience for his sister who keeps taking his stuff.
That's asking a lot.
It is. And the teacher very wisely told him, let's maybe start a little smaller than that.
So if you're listening to this, what's the big takeaway here? It seems like kids just get the wrong message half the time.
Well, the author's synthesis is that the messiness is the takeaway.
How so?
The value isn't in them getting a perfect, clean moral.
Yeah.
It's in them engaging with these flawed, complicated human characters.
So it's better to show them the complexity rather than some sanitized, perfect version.
Exactly. It shows that you don't have to be perfect to be, one of the good guys.
That makes a lot of sense.
It does. Though I have to say, the post ends on a note of pure dread.
Oh, about the next lesson.
Daniel in the lion's den.
Oh, no.
Yeah. The teacher has a very, very real fear that the entire class is going to interpret that story as permission to go pet the animals at the zoo.
And on that slightly terrifying thought, I think that's where we'll leave it. Thanks for joining us on this deep dive.
Thanks for listening. To find more ideas, tips, and resources, go to kidsministry.blog. We'll see you next time.